Mexico. The Spanish colonists tried to destroy the old Mayan religion, but they failed. Instead, elements of it survived with incredible consequences. Here in Akbalam, I've come to find out how. The villagers are celebrating the beginning of the maize harvest. But instead of a Catholic harvest festival, it's a Mayan ceremony. And the man in charge may be a Catholic priest, but he's also a Mayan shaman.
Anualmente cuando reciben cosecha por la bendición de Dios,
every year when the first harvest is collected, we have to thank God for what we have received.
O sea, el regalo de Dios que le da anualmente por sus cosechas.
That's why we have the altar here. And then we take the tender cooked corn and place it on the altar to consecrate it to God.
Lo pasan sobre la mesa y para que lo consagren a Dios.
These people are Christians, but they also like to invoke a local power to bring rain and bless their harvest. Its name is Shak, the same as the Mayan god who once demanded human sacrifices at Chichen Itza.
Es un poder de Dios el Chak.
Chak is the power of God. We can't actually see it, but we know its name, Chak, which is a Mayan name.
What's going on now is not a pagan survival, but Christianity Mexican style. It's much like when Pope Gregory wrote to St. Augustine in the 6th century during the English conversion to Christianity. He wrote, "Don't destroy their religious traditions, simply adapt them to Christianity." And it worked. What happened then founded Western Christendom. What's happening now is part of a new Christendom. The fact is, Christianity has never been just a white man's religion. If it had, it would never have been able to spread so far and so wide. Its strength is its ability to adapt to local circumstances. For me, the best example is the global popularity of Jesus' mother. Although she lived and died in Palestine, visions of the Virgin Mary have appeared all over the world, in Asia, in Africa, and Latin America. This really is why Christianity began to make inroads here in Mexico. It's a portrait of the Virgin Mary, but if you look closely, it's not the pale version we're used to seeing in European paintings of the day. No, she's brown. In fact, she's called here the Virgin Morena, the Brown Virgin of Guadalupe, and her cult is a classic example of what happened once Catholicism began to take root here.
La Virgen de Guadalupe, dentro de la historia religiosa mexicana.
In Mexican religious history, the Virgin of Guadalupe is half Indian, half white, or rather indigenous. And therefore, her face and the way the friars wanted to represent her, they wanted to show a virgin close to the Mexican people. A dark version, just like them. Not a blonde European one, but a dark one. That's the main idea. The Virgin appeared here and she loves her people, her dark people.
Y quiere mucho a su tierra, a la gente morena.
The Brown Virgin of Guadalupe is now the national saint of Mexico. And there are hundreds of other local cults dedicated to the Virgin Mary all over Latin America and the developed world. This intense emotional attachment to the Virgin Mary has been one of Christianity's secret weapons in its extraordinary growth all over the world.
If you look at churches in the provinces in Mexico, they're packed. They're packed with people in masses, and different rituals. Whereas in Europe, you see less and less participants.
The Spanish conquest had destroyed the local gods and caused a devastating loss of population. But in this very apocalyptic atmosphere, Mexicans began to turn to Christianity in large numbers.
The Indians saw their whole world shaken. completely, and a new process had to begin. The second or third generations, disciples of the first missionaries, were able to speak Spanish, write the Latin alphabet, and help in the process of Christianization.
But crucially, the Mexicans refused to give up all of their old religious traditions, and many were simply imported into the new Christianity.
I would say that from the 1650s on, we can speak of a hybrid religion which was Christian, but that had some rituals of Indian origin, purely pre-Hispanic,